All right, hello my friends. I have here The Adventures of Taxi Dog by Debra and Sal Barracca. And it's exactly what it sounds like and exactly what it looks like. What do you see there? See that dog? He's in the taxi with the taxi driver, and he's not in the back. He's right up there in the driver's seat with the driver. Let's find out how he got there. Here we go. Taxi dog. My name is Maxie. Hold on, let's do that. There we go. My name is Maxie. I ride in a taxi around New York City all day. I sit next to Jim. I belong to him, but it wasn't always this way. I can't believe it, boys and girls. It's another rhyming book. See, Maxie and taxi rhymes. Day and way rhymes. I grew up in the city, all dirty and gritty, looking for food after dark. I roamed all around, avoiding the pound, and lived on my own in the park. Do you see that? You see what they're saying there? They're saying that he's homeless. He doesn't have a home to go to. So it says he lived on my own in the park. Don't worry, it has a happier ending. One day a car stopped. Its tire had popped. Out stepped a tall man I could see. He came over and said, as he patted my head, "Are you lost? You can come home with me." Did I hear right? Oh boy, I wagged my tail with joy. I jumped right up on the seat. He said, "My name is Jim. I could ride home with him, and he'd give me some good food to eat." Now, did you see what kind of car he has? You can tell it's a taxi. You can tell it's a taxi cab. It's yellow. It has those checkers on the side you sometimes see. And if you see right up on top, it has the taxi light up on top. Alrighty. I ate and I ate. I cleaned the whole plate. Then Jim took a scarf of bright red. He tied it around me, so glad that he found me, and he kissed me on top of my head. There's the scarf. My wish had come true. I would start life anew. At last I had found a warm home, with someone to love me and take good care of me. No longer would I have to roam. It's nice that the dog found a home. It's nice that Maxie has a place to live now. Jim said, "Your name's Maxie, and you'll ride in my taxi. We'll ride all over the town. We'll see all the sights, all the streets and the lights. We'll go riding uptown and down. There's so much to see, every building and tree, with people and cars everywhere. All the interesting places, new friends and new faces, each time we pick up a fare." That means every time they pick up some people, some passengers who will pay the money that's called the fare. So they kind of use a nickname for that because they say they pick up a fare. I see this page. I've been here before. I've been on this street and looked down the street at that building. Have you? One time a big lady who said she was Sadie was singing that night in a show. She broke into a song and I sang right along. You couldn't tell me from a pro. Maybe they're going to Broadway. "To the hospital, quick, my wife is quite sick," cried a man as we stopped for the light. "Our baby is due, and like lightning we flew. We made it in time. What a night." Wow, it's snowing and everything. You see the snow? There you go. Oh, now I'm rhyming too. Sometimes when it's slow, to the airport we go. We get in the line at the stand to wait for a fare. and a hot dog we share while we watch the planes take off and land. We were talking about this in class. We read this one with the A class. We read this one. And we were talking about why all those taxis are at the airport. And we figured out that when the planes land and the people get off, they don't have their cars with them. They might need to go to their own houses. They might need to go to a hotel or to an office building. How can they get there? One of the ways they get there is they go out and get in a taxi, and then the taxi can take them right to where they have to go. The door opened wide. Guess who jumped inside? 2 clowns and a chimp they called Murray. We're performing at 8 and our flight came in late to the circus, and please try to hurry. That's a fun fare to have in your taxi cab, isn't it? We get such big tips on most of our trips. Jim is surprised at this treat, but he doesn't know that I put on a show for the passengers in the back seat. I think the people who get in his taxi, they must like seeing Maxie do his tricks. At the end of each day, when we've earned our pay, we drive the cab back to its spot, where our boss named Lou says, "Hi, how'd you do? Have a biscuit." He likes me a lot. It says here at the end of each day when we've earned our pay. Are they talking about the tips? If you get in a cab and the cab takes you someplace, you don't swipe your Metro card for that. That is, you pay cash or you pay your credit card, but that it costs kind of a lot to take a taxi cab. But that way then, Jim and all the other taxi drivers, then they can go ahead and use the money to buy their food and to have their homes, and that's how it goes. Not everybody takes cabs every day because it can cost a little bit more than a lot of ways to get around, but that's how the cab drivers, they can make their money for their families. It's just like a dream. Me and Jim, we're a team. I'm always there at his side. We never stand still. Every day's a new thrill. Come join us next time for a ride. Isn't this a nice picture? The taxi is riding off into the sunset. And that's how we know that it's the end. Alrighty. So, I noticed in this book, all the taxi cabs were yellow. And the children in the A class, they already started helping me. They started helping me color a taxi that's green, because we have taxis that are yellow in New York City, but we also have taxi cabs that are green. And so we're going to put one of those on our wall too. Alrighty. So if the children in that class, if they don't get it all finished, the other class can help with it too. Alrighty. Thanks for listening.